And now, the Elk News Network with Kolton Gray and Dakota Fox.
Good day, Elk Nation, and welcome to Elk Nation News. As promised, we have returned to grace you with our presence and ultimate rule as your supreme leaders.
That's right. We're back and we're ready to be as perfect as we were last year because Kolton Fox own is never wrong.
You know, Dakota, I didn't really plan to run a communistic regime like this, but if I'm completely honest, I like it. Feels pretty good. Bow down to me.
Well, Kolton, let's jump right into it.
First off, we'd like to start off with a heartwarming story about struggle, endurance, and coconuts.
That's right. Imagine a world where a simple coconut helps save the life of a future US president. In the pre-dawn hours of August 2nd, 1943, as the Second World War raged in the Pacific, a Japanese destroyer rammed and sank the American torpedo boat PT-109.
A young naval officer named Lieutenant John F. Kennedy was in command. He and the rest of his crew were thrown into water while 2 were killed and the rest made a 3.5-mile swim to a tiny island.
By some accounts, JFK, a member of the Harvard swim team, towed one of his own crew members by his life vest with his teeth.
When they got to the shore, they lived off coconuts and then made even more difficult swim to an island where JFK and another crew member went searching for food.
Now, by a stroke of luck, they came across 2 islanders, Ironikumana and Bukagaza, who were among the Allied scouts who helped keep watch on the Japanese.
Because the scouts did not speak English, Kennedy carved a message into the coconut. The scouts risked their own lives to deliver it, making it possible for JFK and his crew to be rescued.
Of course, we know that Kennedy became a war hero and followed a trajectory that would take him all the way to the White House. And there, that same coconut became a prized paperweight on the presidential desk.
Last week, Ironikumana died. His sacrifice and valor will never be forgotten.
It is important for us to note at this point that although heralded in this particular story, the coconut is responsible for more deaths each year than shark attacks. So while this coconut may have saved a presidential life, the average coconut is probably out there to kill you. Keep your guard up, folks. Now moving on from coconuts and dead presidents.
Well, Dakota, that's pretty to the point. Anyway, let's move on to a much more controversial topic. Good old Ray Rice. Some may know the star running back from the Baltimore Ravens that was accused and confessed to beating his wife, girlfriend thing, unconscious.
Yes, Rice has since been kicked off the Ravens and his contract has been ultimately terminated. As I'm sure you've all tuned out by now, I'd like to take a moment to remind you of our sponsors, Roomba.
What exactly is wrong with you? Whatever. Well, one quick announcement for all the juniors and seniors. The upcoming ACT will take place on September 13th, so all of you studious pupils, don't forget to get a good night's sleep and eat a healthy, fat-laden breakfast.
Precisely, Kolton. And here's some upcoming events that you absolutely need to know about.
Well, VHS, that's all we have for you this week. Check in with us next week to see our new video breakdown segment where Foxy and I will be commentating the newest viral Vines and YouTube videos brewing around in the wonderful interweb. I'm Kolton Gray, your Envision main anchor.
And I am the wonderful Dakota Foxy Fox. Thank you for tuning in to Elk Nation News.